So I firmly believe that our greatest opportunity in the future to reinvent Louisiana is through workforce development. 60% of the jobs that we're going to create over the next 10 years will require more than a high school diploma and less than a 4-year degree. I think we made a radical mistake in this country some time ago where we began to create two classes of people. We created a class of people that went to college and what many called a second class of citizens called for folks who didn't go to college. I think it's wrong. I think it's proven to be wrong. And I believe that we have an opportunity in Louisiana to use our community and technical colleges from a workforce development. Now, that doesn't mean that everybody needs to be a skilled laborer and we ought not value 4-year institutions. I think we ought to value our 4-year institutions. But I think at the same time, we need to be all in on workforce development. The way I believe we break the generational chains of poverty that exist in this state is through the requirement, the absolute opportunity to go and get some kind of education in a community or technical college. I found that what was happening at Bipsy over in Bossier has been incredible. I find that what's going on in Lake Charles at Suella and at Fletcher and Homer has been incredible. I think we got to understand that the metrics are that while everybody ought to have an opportunity to go to college, not everybody needs to go to college. Now, I think there are opportunities for us to use some of our 8G funds without destroying the corpus of the 8G funds and deploying some of those funds in a way that improves higher education. I think when you take a look at some of the statistics that we're faced with in this state and understand that last year we had the highest non-farm employment we ever had, and we had the highest gross domestic product we ever had as a state. Now, recognizing there are pockets of depression, and yet we had so many jobs that were announced, and yet we can't fill many of those jobs. That's a workforce development problem, and I think we need to go all in on workforce development. I'm actually making that my signature plan is to redevelop and re-engineer the workforce development program so that we can have a workforce that is suited for the 21st century.